Hello? Is this thing even on? No focus? No? Alright. Welcome to my second Q&A ever on my channel. The first one you'll be able to check out here. Where is it here? Somewhere up here. I opened that blind so you can see like half of Table Mountain if this obnoxious glass jar wasn't in the way. So I've been wanting to do some more sit-down videos lately. It would be nice to have more sit-down chats with you guys, keep it intimate. You guys sent me questions using the hashtag AskNicoleStuff. Let's get started. Okay, yeah, my photos, yeah, okay, laka. First question is from Christopher, and he says, have you and Ben got any plans when he gets back? Exciting news, Ben gets back to Cape Town on Thursday. The very next morning at 6 a.m. we have a flight to Kenya to catch. Working with a company called the Safari Collection in the Masai Mara. I'm making 2 films from there. I'm just really excited. As of yet, we have no plans after that. Mike Noble asked a very important question. Sausage or bacon? Bacon. I don't like sausage that much. You know what, this is going to turn sexual and I'm not ready for that. Mark Tetarenko says, what's your biggest fear in life? I do have a legit fear of sharks and open bodies of water. If I'm in murky water, like a lake or something, I will never put my feet on the ground until it is about this shallow. Otherwise, I'll piggyback on someone until they take me out of the water. Oh, it gives me the heebie-jeebies just thinking about it. I guess my fear would be not accomplishing whatever it is that would make me feel fulfilled. And Nice Stat Army says, favorite quotes of all time. Love your vlogs, by the way. Thank you. Favorite quote, I think it's by Gandhi, and it is, the whole world smiles in one language. I might have got a few words wrong, but that's the gist of it. And obviously my other favorite one is, aspire to inspire before you expire. Sem says, what country or city is on the top of your bucket list to visit? Ooh, actually, do you know what? I think that Indonesia and Mentawai Islands are sitting at the top of my list. I can honestly think of nothing better than just packing up a bunch of surfboards, bikinis, board shorts, and heading into the deep blue and surfing warm water waves. I think that would be the one, you know? Travel Potato said, if you could only travel one continent for the rest of your life, which would it be and why? Africa. There is so much room for activities. There is so much potential for exploring and adventuring in Africa. I've been to pretty much every Southern Africa country. The feeling that it elicits in me is just one that I really can't explain. And there's a quote, let me find it quick. Here it is. Or it doesn't say who it's by, but the quote says, the only man I envy is the man who has not yet been to Africa, for he has so much to look forward to. So yes, Africa for sure. Lolly says, best time of year to come to South Africa. Love your vids, keep going. Thank you, Lolly. My favorite months here is March and April, because in summer, Jan, Feb, December, the southeaster pumps in Cape Town in summer. And then March and April, the wind drops and you get these lovely, like still a little bit cooler days. And Max Chinotsky says, would you ever move to another country? Yes, definitely. I think ideally I would always come back to Cape Town as my home, as my base. We were talking about maybe moving out to LA next year. Short-term plans, why not? I mean, got absolutely nothing to lose. Sanju says, what is one thing that you have done that you recommend everyone must try? Gap year. I don't recommend everyone to try it, but after I finished school, I was hopelessly confused on the career path that I was going to take. Actually, career wasn't even a thought in my mind. It was more what route I would take for studying. I went on a gap year to kind of try help me decide, and what you do is you stooge out of school. So you get assigned to a school. I went on a program. When you finish school, most people have absolutely zero responsibility. It actually made me more confused in what I wanted to study, because I realized that there were so many options out there, and there was like this big wide world with so many opportunities and career paths that I'd never even considered. Juan, did I say that right? Santa Maria says, what's your best advice to anyone who wants to start a new point in his or her life? If you feel like you've got nothing to lose, say yes. If you're unhappy, make changes. But at the same time, be realistic about it. I would say, depending on what the situation is and what the new chapter is, why not give it a go? Sibu Mpanza, hey ma'am, he says, what was the most difficult part of university? Nothing was particularly difficult for me. Maybe the one thing that stands out is I ended up studying a Bachelor of Arts degree. I was interested in psychology, environmental and geographical sciences, and then I dabbled in a bit of film and media journalism vibes. In short, the hardest part was that despite enjoying my subjects and enjoying my degree, I knew at the back of my mind that I didn't necessarily want to go in any one direction. I had no idea where I was going to go after my 3 years. Nameless Marty says, hi Nicole, how did you start learning about photography and who's your biggest inspiration? Okay, so my dad and brother are both in the film industry and I literally didn't give a crap about photography. I was super inspired by looking at pictures of Africa. You know those really like stereotypical, the sun setting, you got the one lonely yellow fever tree and you got the animal underneath it and the sky is glowing like orange and red. And I was like, yo, how do I capture that myself? I got numerous tutorials on how to operate the camera. Literally just go in one ear, straight out the other. And then I met Ben, and Ben obviously was a very good photographer. And that's kind of when I started picking it up as a hobby. I've written down a few of my favorite photographers that I follow on Instagram. So maybe you guys can check them out. The first Instagram account is Where's Wally or Where's Wally or Where's Wall, I'm not sure. The second one is Jason J. Co. The third Instagram account is Benji Brand. Matthew Ord is another favorite of mine. Stefan Harworth, love his stuff as well. And lastly, one of my favorites is Woody Gooch or Woody G Photo. Blah 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 blah. Hans asked me, what's your comfort food? Asian food. I love Asian food. Pad Thai noodles with like peanuts in and a little bit of chili, garlic. Jojo says, how do you deal with a long distance relationship? You just do it, I guess. When you're busy and you're preoccupied and you've got a lot of projects going on, it's a lot easier, I think, to stay focused and not to get sidetracked. I think it's important to communicate how you're feeling all the time and also to not be needy. You don't need their attention the whole day. Signe, did I pronounce that right? Says, if you only get to pack 5 items for a weekend away, what would you choose? Vlogging camera, cell phone. It's really sad that like technology is my top 2. Surfboard and suit, that's one thing, right? If it's a beach destination. My beanie, a good bottle of red wine. Sally says, how do you save for your travels? Overseas travels, like my international travels, are often paid for by companies or tourism boards because I will be flying over there to do a job for the company or the tourism board or participate in an event, and therefore all costs will be covered. But I did a lot of local traveling, so I did a lot of road trips with friends up the coast. I did a lot of camping at home. When I was on a student budget, I babysat at least once a week. I did quite a bit of house sitting, pet sitting. I spent my money on things that I knew would be a lot more beneficial to me. I would spend all of my money that I'd saved on paying for road trips, and then I'd rinse my bank accounts on the road trips, come home with absolutely nothing, and then start from scratch again. Guys, one last thing before I go. We raised money for a charity of my choice, which was MasiCorp. We raised $1,000. The winner of the trip to Cape Town is Francois Engelbrecht. Congratulations. It's definitely a noticeable trend that as soon as influencers try and raise money for charities or try and get donations, audience participation drops immensely. I would love to know from you guys, especially from the people who didn't contribute. Just leave a comment in the description. We're really interested to know what the reason is that you didn't get involved. Just leave a comment in the description letting me know the reason why you didn't enter the competition, and secondly, what would make you donate to a charity. I would love to help MasiCorp in the future, but the thing is, out of I think a total of 40,000 views, we still only got, I think it was 72 participants, which is a crazy crazy ratio between people who watched and people who actively participated. So it would be very interesting if you guys could let me know maybe what your reason is, and if you did participate, let me know what your reason was again. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for all the positive vibes on my channel. Have a great rest of your week. Hang on. Southern Hemispheres. During spring, this park, which is about an hour's drive from Cape Town. I'm here! As soon as I start talking, you walk in my shot.